Okay, let's start by practicing the verse.
Wendy Kellyanne loves all of her students at Mansfield Christian School.
What are some synonyms for generosity? Corey.
But one little girl unexpectedly touched her life.
I would always call her my sunshine girl because her smile would just light up the whole classroom.
That little ray of sunshine is Nicole.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The 8-year-old suffers from a genetic disorder that left her with one kidney, and it's been failing her whole life.
And then as I got to know her more and realized how sick she was, that just impressed me all the more.
Are you sure we need orange nose?
Nicole's condition worsened. She needed a kidney, fast. Even after 18 people volunteered, her parents, Brian and Letitia, said there was little hope. Until a parent-teacher conference last year, when Wendy believed she could help.
I was skeptical because we had gone through 18 people, so I was like, well, just think about it, pray about it, see how it goes.
Sure enough, Wendy ended up being a match for Nicole, who was anxious to start functioning more like kids her age, especially eating one of her favorite meals.
Tacos.
All right. Who doesn't love tacos? That's
Me.
awesome.
I said, I'm nobody special. You know, I'm just a wife, a mommy, and a teacher.
To want to do that in such a self-sacrificial way is just, it's very humbling as a parent.
It's very humbling.
And for Wendy, she never questioned the decision to donate. After all, she dubs this a blessing in disguise. That's because the situation is all too familiar to the 39-year-old teacher.
When my youngest was born, he became very critically ill, and we weren't sure if he was going to make it. The doctors couldn't tell us yes or no.
Wendy's youngest son, William, was in need of a blood platelet transfusion. A donor saved her boy, who is now 9, enjoying life as every child should.
For me to be able to step in and ease that burden off another parent who was sitting bedside of their critically ill child, that I could be the one to step forward.
Mrs. Killian is giving you a kidney so you can eat the good stuff?
Yes.
A life inevitably filled with smiles and giggles, thanks to a teacher who's paving a bright future for the little sunshine girl.
Yes, I'm going to go through a major surgery, but you know, it's only going to be a few weeks of my life, but to this little girl, it is her whole life.
In Mansfield, Annette, Lawless, Fox 8 News.
Tonight we have a very special update to a story that we've been following for several months now. 8-year-old Nicole from the Mansfield area was born with just one kidney, which has been failing her entire life.
Her parents were not able to find a match until a teacher at Nicole's school offered to help. The families granted Fox 8's Annette Lawless access to them before, during, and after the operations. Here's their heartwarming story.
Good morning. Good, good. No, I'm ready to go. Let's get this on the road. Okay, great. Thank you.
For me, it's a relief. I mean, I am just so, that's the one word that describes all my emotions is relief. And my wife's, I think, is more worry.
Well, we got here early at 6 a.m., so it was just Brian and I and Nicole in the room with Wendy and her husband, which was kind of nice.
I'll see you soon, sweet girl.
It started out like any other surgery. It was stressful having her go in, but it was very comforting for Nicole to have Wendy in the same pre-op room.
Felt very calm. I knew that the Lord had orchestrated this whole thing, so I knew we were both in good hands, and actually I was excited.
When we go for a car ride, I thought she was waiting for me. She was right there.
It was hard, but I knew she was going to something better. This is what we've been waiting for since she was born, was this moment.
We'll see you when you wake up.
Yeah.
Everything was going pretty good up until that point, and when she reached out her hand, hi sweetie, Daddy loves you. It's okay. It's that feeling of out of control. And when she started to wipe the tears out of her eyes because she wanted us to go back with her. I mean, as a parent, your first instinct is to protect your child, and so you want to go with her and be there with her, but you just can't. You know, always she has to go through this procedure, and it's very sad in a way.
It's one of those life lessons in parenting where you have to let go, even though it's so hard.
I remember going into the operating room. I remember them putting a mask on me, but after that, I remember waking up various times in the recovery room.
It is nerve-wracking because you're turning your daughter over to really complete strangers.
They said it was about 4.5 hours. So it was just a really long day of just waiting to hear a good word. And when she was wheeled out, they let us come out in the hallway to see her. And she just looked so good. I was shocked.
No, that's me. No, I'll be that cool. 2 grades. 1 grade, 2 grades.
So I think it was the 3rd day when she just started to feel better. You could see her kidney functions kick in.
He's going to win.
Oh, no.
We said, hey, do you want to go to the playroom? And she practically jumped out of bed and ran over here.
1 yellow, 1 more.
She was stronger and more aggressive. The kidney, we hope it'll last between 15 and 25 years. Obviously, the longer the better. And then she will be on anti-rejection medicines the rest of her life. For what she's receiving, and new life, a new lot on life, it's definitely worth it.
Absolutely.
What's next for me is just normal life. I get to be a mom, a wife, and a teacher, and that's all I've ever wanted to be. So, I'm very, very blessed. And for Nicole, my hope for her is that she just continues to feel better and that she gets a chance to be a little girl and live out the life that God has for her.
What an extraordinary person. How are Wendy and Nicole doing now?
Well, they're both doing actually quite well. Obviously, it just took them days to recover from operation and everything. Nicole actually had such a speedy recovery. Doctors say that she was setting records with how well she was doing. So it's very exciting to see them prosper and whatnot. It'll take about 6 weeks for them to recover fully, and they'll miss the rest of the school year. So unfortunately, or I guess for Nicole, she's probably excited. But they're going to miss out on a little bit. But they have a lot of things they're looking forward to, family trips and whatnot for the summer. So it's a really exciting time for both families.
Well, what a remarkable, emotional story it is. It's just a beautiful thing to see. A technical question. We're not doctors, but I know you can answer this. How can an adult be a match for a child size-wise?
I wondered that too, because Wendy is almost 30 years older than Nicole. So you're wondering, how can someone, an adult size, organ fit inside a little girl? Doctors say that basically the body adjusts itself. It'll shrink a little bit, and then with Nicole growing, it'll move along with her body. So it's just an amazing experiment and experience to see with these two families.
Thank you, Annette, for bringing us the story.
And
blessings to both of you.
And thank you for joining us tonight. Fox 8 News at 6 at home and online.
The news at 7 is next with Bill Martin. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.